Welcome to Can I Park Here? Brought to you by FindAFashionTruck.com. Nashay and Estrell's mission is to inspire future and existing small business owners. They don't claim to be experts. They're simply trying to figure this all out, just like you.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Can I Park Here podcast that can be found on StartAFashionTruck.com. My name is Nashay, and I'm here with
Estrell.
Hello, ladies and gents. Sorry we had to miss last week's episode. It's just been a little crazy for both of us, and we're gonna actually use this episode today to talk to you guys just about some of the things we've been working on, and actually some lessons learned for us, or some tips that we could pass on. We'll pass those on too. We're going to talk a little bit about the Facebook group, a little bit about productivity hacks, and just a little bit about Shopify, just kind of briefly touching on those. But we wanted to make sure we at least got an episode in this week, even though it's not an official interview, just to give you guys some tips before the holidays come up.
But first, I want to talk about the Facebook group. Let's talk about fashion trucks. So this group is amazing. And right now, I think we are at maybe a little over 1,500 members, which is great. There are tons of people joining every day. And it is just a little vault of knowledge. So I want to give a couple tips for all of the new members who join, because we seem to get posts that are pretty much asking the same things over and over, which is fine. But if you're new to the group, what I do recommend you do is scroll through all of the posts, because every post has great information, something you can use when you're starting your business. So I do recommend that. And after you do that, if you don't have time to do that, I recommend, if you're looking for something specific, wholesalers or insurance or where to find a good truck, there is a search box feature inside of the group. It's usually located, regardless if you're on a mobile device or on a desktop, it's at the top of the screen next to the cover photo. So use that. Please use that, because it is great. It's great. So if you type in insurance, all of the posts that have discussed insurance will come up. So you'll get to read through all of those instead of scrolling through every single post.
Yeah, no, that's great. Because it is some amazing stuff in there. And then if you can't find what you're looking for, then post it. Or if you want someone to elaborate on some of the answers, then post those questions. But definitely, like Estra was saying, do the search, and you're going to find a gazillion answers on some of the standard or traditional questions that usually come up.
Right. Especially the infamous one, where do I find a truck? Well, everybody asks that. So you're going to get tons of results from that. Another tip that I have is, what I find is, in a lot of posts that people find interesting or they want to know more information on, what they do is they put a dot in the comment section or say following, so that they'll get alerts to notify them when somebody new comments. Well, guys, you don't have to do that. It's just really grinds my gears. But if you want to do it, that's fine. But there is an easier way to do it. If you go to the right-hand section of that specific post, there's an arrow, and you can click the option to notify you of any new comments. So that's all you have to do for that. And easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Now we're recording this on November 15th, and it's going to go live on November 17th. So in a couple
And
of
it's
days.
my birthday. It's my birthday.
Wow, I was going to actually say that, but
I can't with you.
So Estrella's recording this on her birthday. That's dedication.
I know. Y'all got me working.
She's about to get wine, people, so don't feel too bad. Okay. Don't feel too bad. But with that, I just thought we maybe, before we go into like just the other two things that I just wanted to talk about briefly, maybe if we could just talk about a couple of things that what we've been up to and kind of maybe how you guys can benefit from it. I'll kick it off. For me, I've been working on this website, and this is for all the people who procrastinate and don't do what they want to do. Like, this is just like a message to you to just like do it. And so Estrella knows I've been procrastinating, and I've been wanting to create a kind of a lifestyle website where I offer virtual art direction and some other information on branding and telling stories using your brand, and also just all this random stuff that I find that I want to share. And so I'm finally starting my website, NacheSnow.com. So it's NaChesnow, and that's N as in Nancy. And I'm kind of excited about it. So if you're kind of interested to see what I'm up to, definitely go there. It's not up yet, but you can like sign up to be on the email list. So if you have any interest in making your photos look better, making your website look better, making like even improving your fashion truck as far as design, that's my jam, right? And I'll also be doing productivity hacks. I'm going to have like some of my favorite business apps and links and all that crazy stuff. So that's what I've really been focusing on the last couple of months, is trying to figure out how to do that in the best way, while also balancing creative route that a lot of you guys have heard of, where I make kind of laser cut home decor. And that's been like really bananas, even without me like pushing it. Like, I keep getting orders in. So, which sounds bad, like, oh, poor me, woe is me. But it's so weird, because when you're trying to balance several things and you have a full-time job, it gets a little crazy. So for anybody out there that's struggling with that, like, you know, even if, let's say you have a fashion truck, but also you have a 9-to-5 job, and you might even have a brick and mortar too, like, really be very thoughtful of your time. Like, for me, I need to I try to schedule out what days I work on what. You know, I give myself time or days where I just don't do anything, but I'm trying to be very thoughtful with each hour of my day, and just like write it down. And then once you write it down, like plug it into your calendar and kind of stick to that. So I just wanted to say, like, with me juggling this new website, making stuff, and then just going to work 9 to 10 hours a day, that is how I keep sane, knowing that I only have 3 to 4 hours after work and in the weekends. So I have to really be really, really thoughtful with my time. And I have to be passionate about like what I'm doing in my quote off time too. And so luckily all these different things like Find a Fashion Truck and making stuff and this other site are things that I'm interested in. So I just wanted to pass that on. And then Estrella, you know, for you, I know you've got that big fair coming up this weekend, but you have been you've been getting a lot of press lately. So I thought it might be interesting if you let people know, like, how are you getting so much press?
Well, basically, all I do is you have to figure out, okay, who can you reach out to on your own? You know, I know it might be difficult to get featured like on the nightly news or something like that, but what is tangible for you to do on your own. Like, so what I've done is there are several online lifestyle blogs or magazines. I reached out to them directly with the hopes that, you know, they would feature me in one of their articles. So I just went to their website, looked for an email address. I didn't care what email it was. I emailed random people. I just wanted somebody to respond to me. So that's really all I did, is that I did a little research and found out. Like, I looked at the the websites that I like to go to and that I feel my brand fits in with theirs. And I sent them an email and I said, hey, you know, this is what I do. Here are pictures of my work. Do you want to feature me? And luckily for me, I got a couple of emails back, and one of them even paid for a photographer to come to my home to do a home tour of my decor skills. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're going to pay for the photographer? All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, but that's like pretty amazing because now you have like these great photos that you could use for everything, you know, to get other, you know, features and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but just kind of do a little leg work when you get your new truck and you get ready to launch. Do a little leg work and reach out to people and see if you can get featured in a magazine, or if somebody wants to do a news article on you. I mean, it won't hurt. You know, the worst they can do is just not respond.
Right. And don't get offended if they don't respond.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people are busy, or maybe you're not the right fit for them right now. So just kind of keep it moving. Like, don't let it bother you.
Absolutely.
And I think another good thing to mention too is, like, if you guys haven't been able to tell, like, I'm an extreme extrovert and Astrell is an extreme introvert. And I feel like sometimes people use introversion to be like, oh, well, I can't do that because I'm an introvert, or I just feel uncomfortable. I don't like reaching out to people. I don't like doing this, but it's like part of your business. And so I think, Astro, you're like a great example of, even though you would rather kind of curl up in a ball and not talk to humans, that you do it and you reach out to them, you know, and like do what you need to do in order to get that exposure you need.
Mm-hmm. I was also recently featured as a featured vendor on Etsy Wholesale. I do sell my macrame wall hangings via wholesale. So keep that in mind. If you are a home decor truck owner, get at me, contact me. If you're looking for some modern wall hangings, I got you. My wholesale website is astralriles.com/wholesale. That's ASTRALRILES.com/wholesale. So, you know, Nisha, people keep asking me if I have a truck or not. And of course I don't. But what I am doing is a lot of pop-up shops. Mm-hmm. And so I have one big one, a holiday show coming up this weekend. It's called the Show of Hands in Chicago. It's going to be at Architectural Artifacts, and it's supposed to be huge. It's 3 days, and I am super nervous. I don't know if I have enough product or not, but I'm gonna buckle down and try to get as much cranked out as possible. But what my main concern is my booth setup. And I've seen several questions in the Facebook group about how to display your stuff at pop-up shops and events. Like, how do you do that? What's the best way to do that? And I see so many beautiful booth setups on Pinterest, but I can't for the life of me figure out how to replicate it or do it on my own. If you guys have any tips on booth setups or any pictures that you want to submit to us and show us, anybody in the Facebook group, let us know, because people want to know. People need tips and help with these things. Booth setups are not easy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it to be like pretty pristine, like to appeal to as many people as possible. And that takes time, that takes work. It takes like hours to set up a good booth, you know. So if you guys have tips, let us know. You can leave us a voice recorded message on our website, or you can just send us an email. Whatever. We welcome any and all comments.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen I think what's tricky too is like, even for fashion trucks, like when you go to a different location, you have to have a setup too. So we have had guests in the past, you know, where I've described where some of them have like cool, like a little kind of grass, mat in the front, or they got cool chalkboard signs, or they've got all these different setups. So no matter if you're just setting up your fashion truck or you're setting up at a fair, you know, as a pop-up shop, like the setup is key. It's what makes people stop for a second and allows you to be like, hey, how are you doing? Check out my stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's freaking key. Yeah.
And even fashion truck owners, if you have that truck, you might want to participate in an event that's inside and you can't necessarily use the truck. You have to take the product out of the truck and bring it inside and set up a booth. How are you going to display that?
Mm-hmm. And I think, I mean, this is it's a little late in the game, but you guys, if you haven't already, you need to find out all of the holiday shows that are happening in the next like month and a half, 2 months. And even like, you know, Astro was saying, like, even if you don't use your truck, like you do a pop-up, but you need to just try to be in anything and everything, you know, or, you know, things that make sense where other vendors have, you know, made money, like some of the large events that might be going on in your area. It's not too late, you know, I mean, for some of the bigger ones it is, but you just never know. It doesn't hurt to ask. People cancel all the time. So you just never know who's looking for somebody. So, do the homework and start reaching out to people.
Yeah. But you know, what I found though is holiday shows are expensive.
Yeah.
Now, the one that I'm in, it was $400 but it's 3 days though. So I don't mind that. But I've been getting emails like from this one particular event planner, or not event planner, but I've been getting emails from this one particular show, and they want me to participate for the holidays up until just, I think, a week before December. They do something every weekend, a week before Christmas. And can I tell you that the booth fee is $1,000? There is no way. I just don't respond to the emails when they keep sending them. I don't care how much money the potential I have to make. I'm not paying $1,000. So you guys keep that in mind when you're looking for the holiday shows. Know that they will be pricey because there is the potential for you to make money. People want to shop. People want to buy stuff. There are gifts to be bought. Okay. So you just have to know your limit and do research on the show. Yeah. And find out how many people have the potential to come through there. Like, what is the traffic going to be? And will that justify you spending that money?
And then for the shows too, I just want to talk a little bit about Shopify. There are a ton of e-commerce um, websites out there. And what I mean by e-commerce is a website that you can use in order to sell your products. So you have like Shopify, you've got BigCommerce. I think even Squarespace has like an e-commerce function. You know, a lot of people are on WordPress, which I love. You could actually incorporate WooCommerce in that. I mean, you know, and there's some others that I haven't mentioned, but I've mentioned on this show before that I use Shopify for Creative Route and I love it. Number one, they have amazing themes, but this is why I love Shopify. And I think it's perfect for fashion truck owners too, is they have an amazing app. The app is so simple and so easy. You can add new stuff, take off stuff, and it syncs with your website. So when you sell something on the website, you'll get a ping while you're out in the truck and you'll know to take it off of the truck because everything is synced together. And I know there's other, you know, apps and things that you could do like sync to WordPress or other websites and so forth. But I'm just talking about Shopify because that's what I currently use and it's been amazing. And a lot of, like I'm kind of small potatoes, but there are other large, companies that use Shopify too. But so that's nice because everything is synced up. But then also they have a lot of like different sales channels you can set up. So for example, I have it where it's synced to Pinterest and I have buyable pins, right? And so basically what that means is everything since I've signed up for this, everything that's on sale for my store is a buyable pin on Pinterest, part of their like buyable pins shopping area. And I have like one particular product, like the feather. I sell that like hotcakes. Like I can't make enough of this feather. And it's all because of Shopify. Like I have an Etsy account too, which does okay. Like I sell stuff here and there, but it's like because Pinterest is so huge, because I'm able to sync the two, I'm able to make more money. On top of that, it has like other things too, like where I can connect Messenger and my customers can talk to me through Messenger if they have any questions or even potential customers. House, Houzz, since I sell home decor, I can sync my products up with that. And actually, I haven't done it yet only because I'm like, man, if I do, like my sales might increase and I'm kind of controlling the amount of sales I have right now. But they have other ones too that I haven't even named, but I just wanted to put it out there that it's just so easy to set up. You know, it's like a 99% uptime. I know how to code, but I still love Shopify. Like all my other websites are WordPress, are Find a Fashion Truck is WordPress, startafashiontruck.com is WordPress. Nashay Snow will be WordPress. But for products, I love Shopify and the simplicity of it because I don't even have to think about it. And so I just want to say, like, if you're still kind of on the fence and know that I'm not getting any commission off of this. So if you happen to know the people at Shopify, tell them we'd love for them to be a sponsor on the podcast. But right now they're not. So I'm not getting a cut. I don't have an affiliate link or anything. It's just nice and easy. And even if you struggle a little bit setting it up because you're not very technical, they have like amazing customer service. They'll like help you and walk you through everything and pay for the premium themes, pay for a really nice, unique theme. It's worth it. Shopify does have like, a yearly fee of like $300 or so, but I've made that back, you know, like, you know, in the first quarter, like that was easy money to make back. Right. So I don't know. Just kind of think about it. Even Astro is on the fence and thinking about possibly going to Shopify.
I don't want to pay that money.
But you make it back. God, don't be cheap. See, that's the thing, people. She cheap. Don't be cheap because it's worth the investment. Because at first I thought that too. I was just like, do I do Shopify? I'm not making that much right now. But then by using Shopify, like I increased my money by like maybe 400% or whatever. So
now, do they charge fees like every sale?
So it's not like Etsy where they charge you to list because it's your website. But depending on what payment vehicle you have set up, there is some fees. So I have it where people can pay using PayPal or Shopify. And so the appropriate fees are taken out for each one. They also have it where people can pay using Google Pay. And I want to say there was maybe some more in there, and you could choose which one you prefer based on, the percentage they would take out for processing your purchase, which is with anything now. Everybody's going to take a fee. No one's going to allow you to take money for free.
True.
And it's just so easy to set up. I freaking love it. Like, it's amazing. So, if you have any questions, just throw it in the Facebook group. And I just want to make it clear for new listeners. It's, if you go on Facebook and you type in, "Let's talk about fashion trucks," it should come up. If for some reason it doesn't come up, just go to startafashiontruck.com. We have links everywhere. You could go into any of the show notes and the link is like towards the bottom of the page. But yeah, so we've talked a little bit about our main Facebook group, the Let's Talk About Fashion Truck. So if you're not part of it, be part of it, and some tips there. We've talked a little bit about what we're up to. We'd love for you guys to sign up for our newsletters. Most of you are already signed up for Start a Fashion Truck, but if you're interested in Estrell's fiber art or my design tips, tricks, and productivity hacks and everything nerdy, you could check out my site, and all this will be in the show notes. Shopify, any questions at all, just hit us up in the Facebook group and I'll answer anything. And then there's other people in the Facebook group too. And then I guess lastly, I don't know if you had anything else, Estrell, but lastly, I'll just say, get organized, folks. We had a show with Val Geisler, and we can include in the show notes, where we talked about like getting your processes and everything together. Like, really, before you get into the holiday season, make sure you have everything together. Make sure you know where you're going to be going out to. Make sure like you have like your system set up, like how you're going to take payments, like if you're going to do Shopify, just make sure you have a plan moving forward. Like, how are you going to like double your income? How are you going to get more exposure? Estrell just gave you guys also some tips about media. Like, I challenge you guys right now, write down 5 places you would love to be featured in and email them within the next 48 hours. And then my last tip would be, people, in the next 30 days, I need y'all to get some professional photos taken. This is key.
Did you see in the Facebook group, Trucker Porte, she posted a picture. Her truck was having a photo shoot. Like, it was a white background. It was all lit up, and it wasn't of her. It was of the truck itself. And it was like so cool.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's like it's like her truck is in this huge studio.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Oh, she's like, my baby is having her first photo shoot. I'm so excited. But I mean, this is key, people. Like, you guys have heard us say it before. I feel like we mention this every other episode. Sometimes even when I'm reposting pictures on Instagram, I struggle to find like good pictures sometimes. Like, you need amazing pictures of your truck.
You can't email media with crappy photos.
You can't, because they're not going to post it. And I think too is like, so you need interior and exterior shots, but you need a photo of yourself too. And it could be by the truck, it could be by yourself. But if people are doing features on you, you need a professional photo. And on top of that, you need a write-up, like a blurb that you could send people. So like for the Can I Park Here podcast or just Start a Fashion Truck in general, when people email and have us questions, we have something in a Google Doc and we just copy paste it and send it to them. We have standard pictures that we send out if they need it. Like, you need to do that. Like, take the time now to do these things because it'll help your business tenfold.
And it's not like you have to keep taking pictures like every year or whatever. Like, we have professional pictures and they are, I want to say 2-3 years old. And that's only because Nisha and I don't live in the same state. So it's very difficult for us to get together and do a photo shoot. But guess what? We have those photos.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody needs them, we got them.
Right. So trust us, folks, like, take these actions because basically we want to see you succeed. It kind of like warms our heart. And so it's just these little things that sometimes really put you over the edge. That's all I've got today.
And I don't have anything else either.
Okay, so guys, as far as kind of what's next for the Can I Park Here podcast, holiday season is crazy busy for us. Like, I'm working on a wholesale order. Estrell is like getting ready for this weekend. And we just know the next 6 weeks or so are going to be busy. So what we plan to do is like do some interviews the next 6 weeks and then start to show up again for the next season officially in January. However, if we get some interviews and they really need to be played before the holiday season because maybe they're applicable to like what you need to do, we will do like some bonus episodes between now and January. And actually, if you guys know anybody who kills it every year for the holidays that we should interview, just let us know too, and we'll reach out to them. But so know that, but we plan to take our break since things are getting crazy right now and then get back to you guys in January.
So don't miss us too much.
Yeah.
If you do, though, you can always email us.
Yeah. And also too, I would say like, if you're like, Nisha Estrell, I need you to elaborate on X and I need you guys to do it like now. Just send us your idea in the email, hello@findafashiontruck.com, and we'll take a look at it. And if it's like something that would make for like a really cool mini episode, we talk to each other all the time. So we could record it and, have it as a bonus episode, between now and January. Please take this time to rate us on iTunes. Like, you guys know, we really appreciate it. It helps us get like more exposure. And I want to read a recent comment that someone wrote that I thought was like pretty cool. So someone listened to our last episode of us begging. Multiple people. Ooh, like several people. We're at like 50 reviews. Okay, sorry. I got kind of excited there. If I started yelling and scared you, I apologize. But okay. So on November 3rd, Hollywood Glammy wrote, "These ladies are amazing for creating a podcast for small business owners or inspiring business owners. It helps us have a better understanding of what others are doing and even gives us ideas on what we should be doing. Keep it up, ladies." Thanks, Hollywood Glammy. Appreciate that. So you guys, for the next season, if you all want to be featured and have your comment or your feedback read out, please definitely head on over to iTunes on your phone or your desktop and please, please, please give us a rating. We really, really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks for parking here.